Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Direwolf20's 1.16 FTB Pack, where today we're going to be doing some mine colonies and working on some pretty big power storage. Alright, so you'll notice we've got 1, 2, 3 identical buildings, and this will be the fourth that's also the same. And these are all builders' huts, because I want a bunch of builders so that I can build a whole heap of different stuff at the same time. Now, I have in the inventory of this builder all the stuff that should be required to build the thing, and what on earth just happened? Yep, I don't know what's causing that. Possibly my end rod hilt. Maybe on my shovel. Because it's the only place I've got it, isn't it? Yeah, let's put you back in my inventory. So it's only just started happening, and I think it's that. I have just updated to what is currently the newest version of Direwolf20's pack, which is 1.4, and still had to swap out ferrite core for performant again, which is cool. Let's get this builder's hut built. So build options should have all the stuff, unless I missed anything. Build the building. And so all 4 of my colonists are now living in the tavern, well, sleeping in the tavern anyway. And we cannot get any more builders, any more citizens. So yes, we can't get any more builders because we can't get any more citizens. Obviously a bit of tidying up to do with the terrain. I just sort of flattened it out myself. Hence why I had the shovel before, just to speed these guys up because they're a little bit slow. So you hopefully won't have any requests. You're going to need a shovel, actually. And they can only have either wooden or gold shovels. And well, I guess I just made a wooden one.
I get to build it again?
Yep, you sure do. Have some wooden shovels. Oh, and I figured out what the particle effects were on these guys. It was they were hungry. So hence why Margaret had some beef in her inventory, and I gave beef to everyone because, yeah, they get hungry. So we got these 4 people building. Something I would like to do is not have to give all of these guys the individual components that they need. And it would be better if it's still a thing. There is a Courier's hut. I mean, that sounds like what I want. So we have things like the warehouse, which I think is where we store like a bunch of materials. Oh, an ancient tome. An Amazon. Wow. Cool. Yeah, there's I think there's been a lot of stuff added since the last time I played around with this. So I think we want a warehouse. I think we want to build the town hall, because I think there's certain upgrades locked behind that. We're going to want to get some houses so we can get some more citizens. Courier's hut. I think the courier would take stuff from the warehouse to the people that request it. Like with Margaret over here, she wants something.
Not good enough, eh?
Well, she wants a guard tower. But if she had a request, which she has a shovel request.
I get to build it again?
You're holding a shovel. You just.
I get to build it again?
There you go. Have your shovel back that you already had. Yeah, so if she requested, say, wooden planks, if they were in the warehouse, the courier would grab them from the warehouse and take them to her. At least I think that's how that works. And that sounds better than me having to run around and do it. Still very time consuming to get all this mine colony stuff built. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have like a little colony. So, the next thing we probably want to do we finally build the town hall? I don't think it's super important, and I think it requires a bit of stuff, not heaps. I mean, we probably could do all this. Yeah, I'll get all these materials because that'd be boring to watch. Might have to go chop down some more trees. I'll make all these things and just chuck them in the... there is no inventory for this thing. Well, I'll chuck them in a chest. And we'll start getting this town... we'll start getting this town hall built as well. Alright, so I think I've got all the stuff we need in there. So we should be able to build options, build building. And one of our 4 builders is going to come over here and start trying to build this thing. So we'll wait for someone to turn up and see what's happening. What's been happening over here? It looks like you started doing stuff.
I get to build it again?
You want another shovel, huh? Digging somewhere. Alright. So it looks like Julia is coming over here to do some building. You're probably going to want some stuff. You're going to want all of this stuff because... Yeah. Is there an inventory? So there's no inventory for this. Which is annoying, so you're just going to request a bunch of stuff. Here is everything you're going to want.
I get to build it again?
Fulfill. You need an axe. You're going over to get some stuff. That might be an issue. An axe. What do you need an axe for? Come back.
Not good enough, eh?
I will work on it. Quests, fulfill. Hopefully you didn't put too much stuff back in your inventory. So this is a new citizen. Oh, and she's gone. Oh, and this guy is another guy that might want to join our colony. This is an avid guard. Right, and we need houses before we can get anybody else to live in here. So, I mean, a guard might be alright. Although, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can handle some raiders. I don't think they'll be too tough.
I serve with pleasure. I serve with
I did give you letters. I didn't give you letters. I've still got them in my inventory for some reason. Yeah, so she's going to be away building some stuff, hopefully. Yeah, so we got people we could recruit, which could be cool. We're going to need a house. I still would like a warehouse as well. But, I mean, even once we get the warehouse, we're going to need somebody in it. So let's build a house. I mean, getting a couple of these would be good. There's some houses. So where do we want our people to live? I think, like, back up on the hill. Like, I don't think they'll fit very well. So there's a medieval spruce house. I mean, it would actually just... No, it wouldn't fit in there. It's going to be in the way there. So I think we want these guys back a bit. Getting a bit close to my stuff, but that should be fine. So this could be not a bad place for a house. So we just say... I mean, do we go up another one? No, I want it built in. And I'll just dig it out manually. So this is where the house is going to be, and it'd be good if I could remember what height stuff was. I think about this height. So if I just dig all of this out manually, we got some home. And okay, yeah, we're going to run into issues. I did chuck a bunch of feral flare lanterns down here. Just because mobs were spawning and making noise. Was essentially the only reason I didn't want them there. Alright, so just bulk crafting, kind of, all the stuff for 3 houses. And I think this is everything we need. I think there's a little bit of extra spruce. Since we've got 4 builders, we should be able to get all 3 of these houses being built while the town hall is still being worked on. Yeah, this guy's struggling. Struggling a little bit, got stuck up on this thing, I think because of the big hole in the ground, but hopefully he figures it out. So we'll start building these things. Building, and hopefully everything is in the inventory. I did accidentally build this guy down a block. We can deconstruct the building, but we can't just move it and rebuild it that way, which is unfortunate. I think you could do that in the old version. Kind of like adjust the height and then push repair or build and it would move everything for you, but not happening this time. So we get this building, and we'll get this building. And I think I've got everything. And with these 3 houses, we should be able to get 3 more citizens. I don't know if people are going to move out of the tavern and start hanging out. I can see we got another person to potentially hire.
I'll take care of it.
So we could get Benedict in our colony. This is not the nicest tavern. But yeah, in theory we're going to have stuff being built. Oh, he already had a shovel.
I have.
You should have the cobblestone slab in the inventory of the builder. I think that works. What are you after?
I serve with pleasure.
We'll just leave these guys to it because I thought they would pick up the stuff that's in the inventory. Maybe I should have put all of this in the builder's hut's inventories. So Gwen, if we grabbed all the stuff out of this inventory and put it in your builder's inventory, then you'd pick up the stuff. Well, let's
It's your gold.
fulfill all these requests. It's probably probably a good way to do it. I guess we could do the same with these guys. Grab all this stuff. See, he didn't grab everything he wanted because I've still got a bunch of stuff in my inventory. So we'll chuck it in here. And that should hopefully result in him finding that stuff. We'll do the same over here. Oh, hey, we got a campfire happening in our town hall. He's finally started building it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so with these chunk loaded, maybe they'll keep building stuff. Seems like he's away. Margaret's just started. Ewan's doing a great job. There's a cow stuck in the... Yeah, let's not do that. Well, I was mucking around. We're doing pretty good on power, but we did see earlier on that we did run out. And I made the stuff to make... Actually, I made the blocks for another spirited reactor. So, let's get one going. And this will give us combined output, because I think these guys can produce 50,000 RF a tick. I think so, generating 61,000. Yeah, so we should be able to get around about 100,000 RF a tick input. We obviously don't need it at the moment. Oh, and we better sleep. Other thing you might notice that's a little bit different is I upgraded all of these guys to tier 5. It's actually a pretty easy upgrade. Like to go from tier 4 to tier 5 was literally just adding the Magistrate caps and the Byzantine blocks. And I think this guy I upgraded with Exemptus caps, and there's some those Cerulean blocks are in there. But it was pretty easy to upgrade just by hand. Got a bunch of Wither Skulls in here, and actually, yeah, we're out of Soul Sand. Is the thing we're really running out of? You're requesting 8. Because I increased the number of mobs. Spawn 2 mobs. Oh, it actually tells you how many of each mob they're spawning. Yeah, so that's obviously doubled the cost of Soul Sand. We have 226 Nether Stars. That's just been running in the background. We could upgrade our backpack. Let's do that. I'll take everything out. So I'm not sure that we'll lose stuff, but I have had it happen in the past. So this guy's this big. Upgrade him to the Epic Backpack. Oh yeah, it's bigger. Not that we really needed it, but I mean, we got the stuff. There's no reason not to upgrade him. We may as well also upgrade our pocket storage. Because we probably have the stuff for that. And I won't bother taking the stuff out, because I did upgrade him before and he's kept all the stuff. So he holds a bit more stuff. Quite a bit more stuff, and I think he holds like a ridiculous amount. 1 million of each block. So that's pretty good. We're not gonna reach the limits of that guy. So, Mekanism does have some pretty powerful power storage. In fact, you can hold like a ridiculous amount. I think it's called Induction. The Induction Matrix. So I know we need induction casings and these, it's a big multi-block cube thing. Induction ports is how you get power in or out. And you got these basic induction cells. So a basic induction cell would hold 3.2 giga RF. So mega RF would be 1,000 RF. So assuming giga RF is probably 1 million. So 3 million giga RF. Advanced would hold 25 million. Elite 204 million. 1.6 tera RF. So I'm assuming billion. Depending on if it's like American billions or British millions, where you've either got like 100 million or 1,000 million. I don't know. It's a big number anyway. And these induction providers give you like an output rate of how much you can output at a time. So if we had one of these, we probably only need one ultimate induction provider. And then you just put the flux plug or point, the one that extracts, and you'd be able to extract all the power that you're making, which would be pretty cool. But if we wanted this, and I don't think these are too bad. We'll definitely want to set up the auto crafting for these, which, elite. Well, you take elite, because it's an elite induction cell. We started making these. I guess we'll start with just basic, because even basic, like we don't need 100,000 arithmetic output. But we could get it. Now, I'm not sure what the maximum size for a mechanism induction thing is. And it's just a bunch of steel. In preparation for that, let's get a bunch of steel going. All our machines have become unmuted too. So, if we wanted to make a bunch of steel, that was this guy. We've got a bunch of enriched carbon. So we got some coal. And I think the time's come to upgrade these guys. I don't think any of them are upgraded. This guy's got 4 of 8, 4 of 8. He's got nothing. So we need 3.5 sets of speed and things. Oh, somebody must have already had speed upgrades in them. There's much coal happening. Let's upgrade this further. To the tier, and we'll go elite tier. And this now holds a bunch more stuff. Cool, and then can we do iron blocks? No. That would be too easy. Let me chuck these in here. And it looks like we can have 7 things going at once. Nice. And I'll just, get a bunch of steel in preparation for making these cells, because, I mean, this needs, lithium dust. Chemical crystallizer with lithium. Alright, I'll make the machines for making this stuff. Liquid lithium comes from thermal evaporation chamber with brine in it. And we're making brine out of water in this guy. So I'll make another thermal evaporation tank to get some lithium to make these upgrades, and we'll come back. Alright, just pop back to the village and the colony, and this is a house. It's a tier 1 house. He's just finished it. I don't know if anybody's living in here. No one's living in here, so they must be gonna keep living at the tavern. This house is almost done. This one's, he's getting there. A bit of terraforming to do, and our town hall is finished. So I think that means we could upgrade our builder's hut if we wanted to, but that's a job for next time. Let's pop back, and the steel should be finished. So I should be able to say that I want induction casings. Now, did I try and teach... I didn't try and teach this recipe. We definitely want this one. which could be a bit funny with like the amount of charge data being a pain. We needed lithium. I was supposed to make that in between. I didn't. Let's just quickly check these patterns in here. And can we get some casings for a start? How big can we make this? So apparently we can do 18 by 18. We were going to do that. It's going to be a lot of induction cells. Let's just get 50 for now, and let's see how this crafting goes. Oh, it's working fine. And let's just go 5 by 5 for a start. So if we put these induction casings around, and we should probably be using our building gadget for this. So that's 5 down there. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. And we immediately need more casings. Let's get another 50. And hey, this looks like enough induction cells, and it's formed. Obviously it's not actually a thing yet. So for the induction matrix, there's no controller. We want a couple of these induction ports. They're pretty easy. It's the induction cells that need this lithium. So we need another thermal evaporation. Hey, we got a bunch of that. So we need another controller. That's pretty simple. I probably want a port, because that's for the water in. We might need another one for stuff coming out. And that's not formed because I think I've made it too wide one way. So how big's 4x4? I think was the max size. I think I did this last time. So let's come away from the wall. Cool. And if we got a couple of these ports, let's get another one. And then we can just come out of the side of this guy. We'll also get brine. Cool. And we're going to input that brine here. And then we're going to output it. I guess out the side would be fine. There. So we got this thermal evaporation plant. He needs another heater, a resistive heater. Nice. And we extract from you. It's going to be some brine. It's going to be coming in here. What are you doing for brine? Yeah, that's fair. Should be okay. Looks like we got a backstuff of brine in here. Now that may start going down, but there'll be a bit stored on these pipes anyway. And we're getting some liquid lithium. We can bring the temperature of this guy up a bit by the look of it. Let's say 2000 RF a tick. Temperature's still not going up. Interesting. I thought that should have done something. Because it doesn't need to be on a port, does it? Ah, yes, okay, it needs to be on a port. That's fair. Let's get another port. So this lithium needs to go into a rotary condensator. Which needs a gas tank, or chemical tank rather, and a fluid tank. Rotary condensator. We're going to want, I guess, just 4. And 4 will be fine. Again, I don't think we need heaps and heaps of this stuff. To be fair, we could chuck this guy here and set your input on that side, output on that side. That was items, so we want fluids, input, output, So fluids, input. Looks like it's not going to automatically extract. That's cool. Mechanical pipe. Why are you not accepting? And this is liquid lithium. And we want to make lithium, rather. So we need to set the mode on this guy to decondensating. There we go. Let's chuck in these upgrades. Let's make it a bit of lithium. And then a chemical crystallizer. Oh, he's away. You're also going to need power, which I guess will go underneath. And we're just going to slowly get some lithium, and it would be nice to import this, which we can't really do in a nice way. I don't even think we've got the refined storage here, because we're kind of out of hidden faces on this guy. Importer. Importer's there, and an importer on the front of you. Which again is not going to look the best, but that's fine. That's why we hide stuff in the basement. And that should work. There should be no lithium sitting in here. You're not outputting because you don't output out the front. There we go. And that'll be pretty nice. And yeah, we could hide stuff a little bit better. I mean, that's going to be ugly no matter what. We'll just pretend we don't see that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. So if we're getting a bunch of lithium, now we can come along, teach the recipes for basic induction providers. That's going to want the recipe for that guy. Got the recipe for those. I don't think we know the recipe for those things. So that was the induction provider. We need induction cells, probably the main one. An induction port. We know how to make all of those things. And this should be all we need to come down here and say I would like 2 induction ports. One for input, one for output. I'd like probably a couple of induction providers, because the more of these you have, the more you can output. So that'll be 200,000 RF a tick output, which is more power than we're making. Which, to be fair, we could want to extract more than we're making at the moment, once we start storing a bunch of stuff. And then induction cells. Can we get 10? Okay. Can we get 20? No. Let's go for 10. And I'm pretty sure these are used in the upgrade to the next tier. And yes, they are. So we'll probably... Oh, and it's 4 of them. Okay. A basic one will be fine. Right, so we want our induction ports. And I think we can change these. So that's the input, that'll be the output. I guess we want these on the front. And we're going to want to change our network now. We'll do that in a minute. So our induction cells. I reckon something like that. Let's put our induction providers here. And we close this off. It is a multi-block. Now, the reason I want to change how the network works, so we want flux, we need, it provides energy to adjacent blocks actively. So we want one of these, and receives one of these. So provides energy to, provides energy to, and receives energy from. So, everything at the moment, if we just put these guys here, so receives energy from, is going to go here. This wants to be this network. receives energy from, because we want the power to come into this network, which is being used by all our machines. However, this guy wants to be on a new network. Create a new network. We'll call this generators. And I accidentally made that private. Can I change that? Network settings, public. Cool. And this is going to be priority. Just one will be enough. Generators, priority 1. Cool. We don't want to charge from this guy, but we want to set these guys. They want to be inputting into our generators network. You want to be inputting into our generators network. Cool. And then all of our power is going to be stored inside this guy. And he's outputting about, 40,000, but he's inputting 204,000 RF a tick. Now, the reason it's 204 is we probably had some power, residual power stored in this guy. And he can transfer a maximum of 400,000 RF a tick out. Now, you're only producing... you're not producing your max power because I forgot to put a bucket of water in you. Now you're going to produce significantly more power. I think it just takes a while. Because he was at maximum temperature. Whoops. We're inefficiently running him for a while. Glad I spotted that. Because he's going to produce around 60,000 RF a tick. Same as that guy. Because they're the same reactor, obviously. Come and look at this dude. We can see we have stored 153 million RF. So we've barely touched the surface, and this is just with our basic induction cells, and we haven't even filled it yet. So I guess I'll just come back to this guy as we need to check more power in. And to be fair, I think this would look better with an output there. And we don't really need to see the input. I reckon it'd look better there. Alright guys, well, today we managed to make some progress in our colony. Why is that guy on the roof? That's probably an issue. Yeah, houses getting built, town hall built, a bit of terraforming to do around the place still, and yeah, some more mine colonies. And we just got some cool Mekanism power storage, so maybe we will start working towards the Mekanism reactor, just because, it'd be kind of cool, but yeah, I think I'll split my time between mine colonies and that, depending on what people's opinion of that is. Again, a little bit of a shame. I'm going to be recording in advance, so I can't just ask you what you want to see and then do it in the next episode. We could be a few episodes ahead by then. But yeah, Sundays are generally my day for recording. So if it's a Friday, if you're leaving any comments, I'm likely to address them in the episodes coming up the next week. And we'll see how we go. But hey, enough of that. It's been ClassicDuff. You've been watching this episode. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.